Hi guys, welcome to the first episode of Dweeb City. Yay! Today we have Chris.
What do you mean today you have Chris? I'm always going to be there.
Well, okay, Chris is...
We're literally starting this together.
So, welcome our host, one of our hosts, Chris.
Thank you.
And other host, me, Marmar.
Because Lord knows you can't do a podcast on your own.
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I've been wanting to do a podcast for a while.
But she doesn't have enough personality or things to talk about.
Yeah. And then I just was thinking one day at work.
Anime.
And then who could I talk about anime with for hours on end? And Chris was the first thing that came to my mind because we talk about anime all the time. And I'm like, it's so interesting conversations that we talk about. And I'm like, why not make a podcast out of it? So I just put two and two together and we made Dweeb City. And it's not just going to be about anime. It's going to be about Marvel, gaming on occasion. We'll have our friend Anthony Durrell come in with some gaming stuff and stuff like that too. So it's basically for nerds, for dweebs, if you like games, comics, anime, then this is the podcast for you. I'm so excited, guys. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe to us. And tell your friends, and let's go ahead and get into it. So,
I just want to point out first, the reason she picked me is because I radiate a lot of personality, and I'm really good at speaking. So she wanted me to do it because she knows she can't speak or have any personality without me.
Okay.
All right, so let's begin.
And this podcast is gonna be raw and unfiltered. So.
No, it's not, because she's gonna edit out half the shit I say.
So, kids, don't stay too close to the TV. Like on Fairy Tale, I still don't understand that. Like,
how do they do that? And they have how you have a disclaimer Fairy Tale? How do you have a disclaimer for fucking not having kids talk too close to TV, but you're showing whole titties?
Like, I don't understand. Like when you said that one day when we were talking about it, I was like, that is a good point because there's no. Why would kids be watching this? But it's like. It literally says it in the beginning. It either says it in the beginning or the end, and it was like, kids, don't watch this too close to the TV. Like, I don't think kids should be watching this. Period. So it was just funny to me that it said that in the first place.
Yeah, like they won't show blood, and they want to market to kids, but let's show like copious amounts of naked women. Every other fucking episode. Not every other episode. Every episode. There was always a reason for someone to be naked. Or...
Yeah, and it's weird because I haven't read the manga, but Chris...
It is way more bloody.
Chris read the manga, and he's saying that it was way more bloody. It was much better, and the graphics were amazing. So I'm really thinking about reading the manga instead. Because...
Yeah, not to sound like a hipster, but I was on Fairy Tail before this shit was cool. Because I found it on the manga... This is how early I was on the manga. I started reading the manga. Remember when Gray, remember like when his teacher used that fucking ice thing and the demon was gonna be defrosted or some shit?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's where I caught up to. That's how early I started reading the manga. So most of the characters weren't even there yet. So I was really reading the manga before the anime even became a thing. The anime became a thing around the first the Magic games.
Yeah.
So that's when the anime popped up finally, and I was excited for it. But when I started watching it, I was like, "Oh, this shit has no blood whatsoever." And on top of that, I was already starting to not like Fairy Tail because I was like, "This shit's really power friendship bullshit." And they had a lot of fights where I was pissed at that. By a lot, I mean every fight with Natsu besides the one with the Jill. And yeah. And I keep telling people, if you ever want to see how bloody Fairy Tales, you never read the manga, just type in Lucy versus Flair manga.
Yeah, he was just telling me how bad.
Like how Lucy just got naked, how Lucy was just stripped naked, And okay, anytime you see a character in the show get their ass beat really bad, and they're sitting there like destroyed, but there's no blood, those are the worst ones. Like when Lucy fought, not Gagio, Gerard. Mm-hmm. The first time he fought Gerard and he ate that fucking crystal, that fight was bloody as fuck. The Lucy versus Flair fight was one of the bloodiest ones.
I gotta read that.
Natsu versus Cobra. Natsu versus Laxus. That whole Laxus. I say Laxus. Or when Laxus had those 3 people pinned to the fucking tree.
Oh yeah.
That
shit was awesome.
That was really bloody. Most of the manga was pretty damn bloody.
So yeah, I gotta read them all.
Now every manga censors to a degree, like even One Piece. Like there's one scene, it's not really a spoiler. You didn't reach it yet. To anyone that reaches this part, you know. When Bartolomeo, if you've seen the anime, Bartolomeo tells this dude to stop talking about Luffy. But in the manga, he he literally stabs his fucking hand with a knife.
Oh.
And like he said, when the Supernovas meet with Kid and Law, in the manga, Kid flicks him off. He's just like, remember when like they're in the slave auction house and like Kid's talking about Law and Law looks at him and he does this.
Yeah.
Like he does this and that's like a flick off in another language, but in the manga straight up he just puts up the finger. He just looks at him just like. So yeah, censored that part. So there's a lot of censorship, but
and then like with Fairy Tail.
Oh, and Toriko's the worst. Jesus Christ.
A lot of people, including Christopher, say that it's a knockoff from One Piece. Which is very true.
It is an absolute.
I looked it up.
It is blatant.
And I don't know. And I feel like it was like my first real anime that I watched all the way through. Like my first one I actually watched. And, you know, when you're a first timer, you're just like, oh, it's so amazing, blah, blah, blah.
First of all,
and then when you start watching other animes and you see the similarities and stuff, you're just like, oh, okay. So they kind of took a little bit from each anime and put it into this. But it definitely took out, like, pretty much, it's like One Piece's identical sister. But it has slight no,
not the identical twin.
Maybe fraternal twin.
No.
Or
fraternal twin implies that it came out at the same time. Fairy Tail is One Piece's uglier little sister that keeps trying to be like the fine ass sister that everyone wants. And everyone thinks they want that sister until they see the older sister.
Oh yeah, that's so true.
But on top of that, Fairy Tail is just Fairy Tail's the ugly hoe.
But I also
like it's the ugly hoe that gives up the pussy mad easy.
I see what you mean.
Because they have characters to the point it's so ripped. First of all, Shanks and
like less. Their characters are great.
The characters are caricatures of One Piece characters,
but they're like half characters of One Piece characters. Like they could be better. And I also think that with the friendship thing, it was used a lot
every fight
with battles. Like with One Piece, it was very. When we'll talk about this in another, we're gonna have like a whole podcast just talking about One Piece. But I feel like with One Piece, they use logic with their fights and stuff. And Fairy Tail, they'll, like, for example, Natsu would lose a fight. Like, he'll be on the brink of dying. And then
let me say
friendship saves the day.
No,
it's good.
Let me say it. No, it's not good.
If friendship was like, friendship itself had like a magical power and stuff like that in the
show, if friendship was a power,
I would understand.
And then that still would be trash. Because you still just made a plot hole, or not a plot hole, a plot armor within the show. Here's where I realized the power of friendship, where I was pissed off. So I read when Laxus and Gagio, or when Natsu and Gagio fought Laxus in the manga. Gruesome ass fight. Laxus was beating the dog shit out of him, and then Natsu, while they both knocked the fuck out, just went straight up. He just started comboing Laxus with a bunch of moves, and then won the fight. Keep in mind, Laxus was barely that fucking hurt to begin with.
Yeah, and he's supposed to be the most powerful mage.
And he's still stronger than Natsu.
And besides,
his grandfather.
What's his name?
I forget.
Oh my gosh.
And then on the other one, remember the Fire God Slayer? how Natsu's fire didn't hurt him.
Guildarts. Guildarts, that's his name.
Yeah, Guildarts.
Yeah, besides Guildhearts, he was supposed to be the most powerful, and Master was supposed to be the most powerful.
But then you remember the Godfire Slayer?
Godfire.
The God Slayer, the Fire God Slayer, and how Natsu's fire couldn't work on him.
Yeah, because it was black, right?
Yeah, and then Natsu couldn't eat the black flames. You know what they did? They somehow had Natsu eat the black flames after they just said he cannot eat the black flames. It was like,
and he that
somehow because literally, he tried to eat it before and it didn't work. He's like, I can't eat the flames. And we're sitting there like, okay, how's he gonna win? And then it was like, wait, somehow he was able to filter it through his magic to eat the flames. I'm like, that made zero sense. You just shown the last panel he can't eat the flames, but now he magically ate the flames. And then he used the fire against him and knocked the nigga out in one hit.
Yeah,
that makes no fucking sense.
It contradicted itself. Like,
how
are you gonna say?
Fairy Tail's a really bad show.
Yeah, the writing.
The writing is horrible. Yeah. It's horrible. Like, the writing is absolutely terrible.
I don't know if the person forgot that they said that.
And this is from someone that was a devout reader of Fairy Tail when I was like 13. I read this shit.
Me too. I loved it.
No, I know.
Because that was the first anime.
You know how far I read up? Remember the fight when it was Urza versus that other girl with the sword versus the one bitch? Who was Cobra and the Dark Dragon Slayer's magic girl?
Yeah.
The girl, the daughter. The last chapter I read, it was when all three of them niggas was fighting, and it was a bloody, gruesome ass fight.
But on the anime,
that's the last chapter I read before I just stopped kind of reading altogether. I don't know why. I wasn't losing interest because that fight was actually fire. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying all to say, I was deep into Fairy Tail. Mm-hmm. And then,
so was I. I had like a special connection to it.
And then and it wasn't even a special connection. I just enjoyed it. It was like it was just cool. It was like Black Clover to me now.
Yeah.
And Black Clover was way better than Fairy Tail.
It made me feel good inside because some of the scenes that they had when they was like doing the ding ling 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 ling, and then like the you know how they have like the little sad music when Lucy be talking and stuff, and then she'll reminisce, and then they'll just have happy moments, and then they'll have sad moments, and then they'll talk about their past life, how they all got beat up, which is the same thing as One Piece.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. If there's a tragic backstory, One Piece takes the fucking
they have
cake.
the tragic backstory, and then they fight through it and through friendship. It was just very heartwarming to me, and I like stuff like that. Like what is that shit called? Fruit Basket. That is the cutest anime ever. Like, if you like cute,
no, it's too much positivity. I want to shit on Fairy Tail still.
Fruits Basket is the one to be.
Like,
it will give you goosebumps. But back to Fairy Tail.
Oh yeah, I want to keep shitting on it. But yeah, it's a terrible story. And on top of that, most of the main characters are literally caricatures of One Piece characters. The beginning drawings of Natsu, he looks so much like Luffy.
He really does.
That he kind of looks less like Luffy now and more like Haru from Rave Master. But in the beginning, he looked so much like Luffy to the point that, like, it was, like, if you read, I remember the Fairy Tail Wikipedia when it first came out. They literally said he bears a striking resemblance to Monkey D. Luffy from One Piece. That's how blatant it was. Because that's what made me watch it. Like, that's what made me read the manga. I was like, this nigga look like Luffy. And so that's what made me watch. And then Lucy is clearly a knockoff of Nami. To the T. Like, literally, the money-hungry thing, they both need money. They both love fashion. Like, Lucy's literally a knockoff
Lucy
Nami.
Wasn't really that much into money, though.
But she was a rich girl.
Yeah.
They just made her rich instead of poor like Nami. But she was clearly a knock. She was a whacker. She was a Nami with no substance. Natsu is literally all the loudest parts of Luffy with none of the substance that Luffy has. Because Luffy's a deep-ass character, but all you see is the loud, comedic, dumb guy. Mm-hmm. And there was just, in the One Piece nigga, or the Fairy Tail nigga was just like, all right, let's do that. And he just completely left out every other aspect of Luffy's character besides he loves to eat and that he loves adventure and that he's brash. And they just put that in Natsu. And Natsu is the most one-dimensional. He's my least favorite protagonist besides Eren.
Oh, yeah. Eren is my least favorite, bro.
I fucking hate Eren.
Oh, my gosh. Let's switch
But at least Eren has some redeemable traits. Natsu has zero redeemable traits.
Yeah.
And then Urza.
We can switch to Attack on
I love
Titan
Urza. Urza is literally a fusion between Nico Robin and Zoro. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And then Gray and Juvia. Gray is one half of Sanji. Juvia is the other half of Sanji.
I could see that.
And Happy is Chopper. That was easy. the cute animal thing, except
Yeah.
except Chopper could actually break someone's fucking neck. Happy just flies.
Yeah, but he has been useful in some fights now. Like he'll give
he's nowhere-
Natsu that little bit of push.
He's
he
nowhere
needs.
near as useful as Chopper. It's not even close.
Yeah, that's true.
Chopper's an actual doctor and he could fight.
Yeah, he was very useful.
They didn't have a Usopp on the crew, thank God.
Yeah, I can't think. Of, like,
Elfman was Frankie.
Frankie. Oh yeah.
They didn't have a Brook because at this point, Brook, you can't copy Brook. He's that's too blatant to copy. And he's a fucking skeleton. Gildarts is Shanks. He looks just like Shanks. Even to the missing limb part, except instead of losing an arm, he lost a leg. Like,
yeah, that's like cheating on somebody's homework, and you wanna scribble on it to make it look just a little bit different.
Yeah.
So the teacher won't notice.
Or
that was that.
Or whichever magic guild Cobra was in, he had this one guy that looked like a bear, and he used to hold a Bible. Mm-hmm. That's literally Kuma, to the T. There's another one that looked just like Kaku, or not Kaku. There was one that was clearly a knockoff of Rob Lucci. There's another one that was a knockoff of Doflamingo. It's just there's a shitload of knockoffs. Even Raventail is literally just the Blackbeard Pirates.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like,
that is true.
It's just the anti-Straw Hat Pirates.
I think about it.
And then, who's Laxus's grandfather's? I forget. He's one of my favorite characters. I forgot his name.
Laxus's grandfather.
That's Whitebeard.
Oh, Master.
Yeah. That's Whitebeard.
Yeah.
That's literally Whitebeard. And, Igneel is Garp. Except Igneel was already dead.
I love Igneel.
Actually, you know what's even funnier? That's what Luffy's father's name is. Dragon.
Wow.
Luffy's father's name is Dragon. What's Natsu's father? A fucking dragon.
That's crazy.
Like, and Wendy? Who's Wendy?
Wendy's a very sweet side.
Oh, she's Vivi.
character.
Bam, Vivi.
Yeah.
Except stronger and way less substance also. See, every One Piece character that's a main character has substance. Laxus is... I was going to say Enel, but that's wrong. Enel is on a whole other some other shit. Who is Luffy's ace? Who is his ace?
Maybe.
Who's Luffy's Gajeel? Okay, Gajeel's Vegeta. I'll say Gajeel's a Vegeta. He's not a One Piece. I can't find a One Piece character to fit him. If I had to pick, I would use Smoker, but that would be a reach. I'm not gonna be honest. That would be a super reach. I can't find anyone for Gajeel. But I think that's when the creator was like, let me have a little originality. But even then, Natsu and Gajeel is literally Goku and Vegeta, so it's not really original. So if he didn't buy from one, he bit from someone else.
True.
But Natsu didn't really have an ace. He had a Shanks, which was Gildarts. Even the way Natsu showed up. Remember when Lucy was looking for Salamander, and then finally at the end he just popped up and just one shot at a nigga.
Oh yeah,
That's literally the first episode. That's literally the first episode of One Piece. Except they weren't looking for Luffy. Luffy just popped up and just one shot.
That's what really hooked me was the first episode when that guy was trying to molest her, and then what happened? Natsu came in, saved the day.
There's a lot of molesting in Fairy Tail.
They really in anime period.
But Japanese people are fucking perverted. I'm sorry. That sounds very offensive.
And it's weird, and they always make guys look like girls, or girls look like guys, and they'll even have their voices kind of sound like them, and then they'll be like, "No, I'm a guy," or "No, I'm a girl," and I'm like, okay. It's just weird, and it's not in just one anime. It's in like most animes. There's like that one character that looks, you would swear it's a boy or a girl, and then they're the opposite sex of what they are. And some animes mention it. They'll be like, another character will be like, "Oh, I thought he was a guy," or "I thought she was a girl," or whatever like that. So I don't know. Maybe it's like a little. What is it called? Like a little joke, an inside joke that anime has, or something like that. Like with when the nose bleeds, how when something sexy happens, or when a guy kind of gets a hard on, but they can't show the hard on, and they'll just show the nosebleed. So I feel like it's something like that, where It's in almost all anime.
You know what it is with Japanese and weebs. Just hear me out, because y'all don't know shit about Japanese culture, but just because y'all watch anime. Japan, like many Asian countries, there are countries of repressing your real emotions and desires. So because of that, they're pretty much fake to each other, and they express their desires through like the shit they like art. So when they do that shit, they're showing it's really perverted, because they can't really openly show sexual feelings. You know, like when if you're the preacher's kid, and the preacher's kid's always the wildest one, it's because they had too strict of a household. It's like that. That's Japan in a nutshell. That's why the anime is so off the fucking wall. Because you notice in Europe, they just have random shit.
That's true. And speaking of random shit, Attack on Titan, baby, is coming back. Like, I have been mentally preparing myself for this moment since the last episode of the last season. I'm so excited. What's today? Today is July 20th, 2020. I cannot wait to talk about like the ending and everything, to see how this will play out. Attack on Titan is one of the most original animes I've ever seen. With
some of the worst characters I've ever seen in my life.
Weirdest characters and a pretty cool story. It's kind of like zombies, a zombie apocalypse story, but it's with Titans, and that was it. And I like the way I mostly watched the first season because of the way the Titans looked, because I just wanted to watch and look at the funny way the Titans were, because they had the abnormal ones, they had the regular ones, and it was just cool to see like these giant non-reproducing type things run after people and eat them. It was just so weird, but it was so popular when it came out too.
Yeah, and I say Attack on Titan when it first came out was like how Demon Slayer when it first came out. Overhyped as fuck, but pretty fucking good. My only gripe is, now I will say I enjoyed Demon Slayer's first season way more than I enjoyed Attack on Titans.
Oh yeah, the first episode of Demon Slayer.
First season.
Amazing. Best first episode I've ever seen is Demon Slayer.
I can't even say that. It's just the most shocking. Because it just comes out with people dying. But other than that, it wasn't like amazing.
And with
because there's shocking and there's amazing. It's the most shocking first episode I've ever seen, but the most amazing, I couldn't pick the most amazing
right now from all the anime that I've seen so far. And then with Attack on Titan's first episode, it reels you in, and then it had moments where I don't even know if they were like filler moments. They probably were.
They don't do a lot of filler because they're so far from the plot.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just some moments like you're just waiting to get to the next episode to see more action.
You know
it
why?
was very some of
boring.
Boring.
It's when it's not, because that, you know why it gets like that? Because the characters suck.
Yes.
Like, that's the honest truth. Like,
that's honestly why I think like that. Because like some episodes where I almost would skip them because of how boring they would be, but.
I've legit skipped episodes and not care.
Yeah,
like I've skipped whole episodes.
I would not want to, because I'm like, what if I miss something? But
I'll miss it, and I'll just be like, I don't care. I don't want to see this, because
that was my only. That's my gripe, and their character development is my gripe from that show.
So pretty much the same thing. Because, like, this is the first show I've seen multiple seasons of where I don't remember no characters' names. I remember Aaron, I remember Levi, I remember Irvin. You know, I remember Irvin? Mikasa, and she's one of the least favorite characters ever.
She's like Aaron.
There's Armin.
Obsessed with Aaron.
And I know Sasha because I kept calling her Potato Girl.
Potato
and
Carrot.
because of that, she's the only one with personality. And I remember Connie. And you know why I remember Connie?
Because he's black.
Not even that, because I kept saying his name. So eventually I was like, oh, Connie. It took me 4 seasons to realize his name is Connie.
Oh, wow. With his little freckle self.
But the whole cast of Attack on Titan, they're so bland that they keep trying to force us to like these people. It's like, none of these people really matter to me.
Yeah.
They're really boring. I know Historia because she was like a major plot point.
Oh, yeah. That was wild.
I know Ymir because Ymir is one of the most annoying characters that exists in history.
Don't even mention that around Amal.
Oh, my God.
Y'all will meet Amal, but...
no, I hate Ymir. I fucking hate Ymir.
Like,
And my favorite character is obviously
She's like that one character that they show a lot, and you're like, what's her point? What's the point of her being on here? Like, what is her purpose? That's what I see. But maybe her purpose will be shown in the last season.
Yeah, the purpose of her getting fucking killed. Kill the bitch. I hate her.
I love Annie though. I feel like we're
Who
gonna.
Who the fuck is Annie?
She's the girl Titan, the female Titan.
Oh, Annie, yeah.
I love her Titan form. Like, it's so sexy.
And I know Rhina and Bertolt because again they're the Titans. But
And
before then, you know why I know their names? Because they turned to Titans.
Oh my god!
Before then, I didn't fucking know.
That reminds me of Ymir's Titan form. Why I look like that?
That shit was so underwhelming. And then they had it with that whack ass girl power music, and all like she just turned into a fucking gremlin. I was like,
why?
I was like, bitch, I'll
Why
fight
they
that
got
Titan.
Annie like this sexy, like ass little muscle monster, and then they size Ymir. That her
Titan Annie could get cracked.
Her Titan form look exactly how she's like how her character is.
Yeah, her Titan form is a representation of how trash her character is.
Oh my gosh, I don't know why they sized her like that. They could at least made her tall.
Oh, and here's why I hate Eren. For people that are saying you don't understand the plight, Eren's whole thing is that his mother died and got eaten by a Titan, and he's like, I want to kill all Titans that killed my parents. Nigga, that's everyone in the show.
Yeah, but he go in.
Everyone in the show is literally. He's like, I lost my mom. I was like, me too. I lost both my parents. They ate my whole family. I lost everybody.
He do a whole monologue about I wanna kill the Titans. And
you know who else lost their family in front of them? You know who else lost their family in front of them? Mikasa.
Yeah, Mikasa been through some shit.
You know, where's Armin's?
When they show her life story.
Where's Armin's parents?
About her killing like these guys and all that kind of stuff.
But like, where's Armin's parents? Where's Levi? Everyone's fucking families are dead. Everyone's families are dead.
Yeah,
you're not the only one. So why is he the one with this? It's like Batman with like, I lost my parents. I'm like, nigga, whoop-de-doo. So did every other hero.
Real Batman.
Like, it's like, yo, you're so mad about the little reality of the world you live in. It's just so bad. Like, why we? I don't understand if like he was the sole case, like in Naruto. Sasuke lost his whole clan to his brother, and I'll be like, he has every reason to be hateful. Gaara, everyone hated him. Everyone tried to kill him. He has every reason to have hate in his heart and be rageful.
Yeah, that's true.
If Sakura was running around, yo, my parents ain't love me, but shut up.
Yeah, like
even they actually had an episode where because Naruto he wasn't hateful, but Sakura would treat him like shit, and everyone else would treat him like shit. But Sasuke himself never treated him like shit. He was just like, yo, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
And then one time Sakura said, yeah, he don't have any home training because he has no parents and no family. He's such a loser. And Sasuke was like, yo, shut the hell up. You don't know what that shit is like. And that was when I was just like, that's why I was like, oh, I like this nigga, because he was like, nah. You can talk shit about him all you want, but that shit is different. You had a family. And he said, you don't know what that's like to lose everyone you love. And he was like, don't ever say that shit again.
Yeah.
Like, and that's when Sasuke was like, man, this nigga annoying, but he relates to him.
Yeah.
So that's different. But Eren, it's like if everyone in the show was Naruto and Sasuke, and then out of everyone to be mad, it's just Naruto.
I can understand why he's mad, but the level of it and the
Eren's just crazy. Honestly, Eren's just batshit crazy.
Over and over, and like I get it. I get it.
But the problem with Eren too, he's just a crazy person. He's like he's honestly insane.
I think he is.
He's just insane.
There's something about him.
And there's no saving grace for him.
Obviously, since he was the first half Titan, half human person that we saw on the television or on the anime.
And people were saying it was because that he has the combat Titan in him, but I was like, he was like that before he had the Titan in him. Yeah, because it's shown like
he was like that.
His father was around. His father was around when Mikasa was around, right?
Yes.
So he got injected after the fact.
Yeah,
he got injected after his mom died. So there was no excuse for that.
Because you remember when he first met Mikasa, and he was going in to kill them.
He literally killed like 2 dudes.
And he was
He's
so
like,
angry.
Fucking die.
They collectively killed them. Like,
it's
so,
like,
yeah, I think
he's just crazy. Like he's just fucked up in the head. And on top, and again, the only reason I like him a little, because I said Natsu, I like him a little more than I like Eren more than Natsu. The only reason is because at least Eren has been developing as a character. Like last season,
he's gotten better. With
last season, he's not rage monster anymore. Now he's more mature. He's more quiet. He's more thinking. He's realizing, damn, I want to like change shit. He's actually like a character now. He's not just this. He's not this Hulk wannabe.
Yeah.
Natsu has nothing. Like Natsu literally is just Luffy with no substance, and that's why he's my least favorite character.
And the show really has some big twists and turns. Like, I know, like, when you're watching stuff, you, like, try to predict what's going to happen. But with this show, man, like, you predict it, and then it surpasses your predictions that you thought. Yeah, Attack on Titan.
No, I can't front. It was pretty predictable at some points.
Yeah, at some points, yeah,
like
definitely.
the first, season three, that's when it because like the Armor Titan, I'm gonna be real, you could tell it was Rhino from Jump. Because he looked just like him.
The hair,
so every time I saw the Armor Titan, I was like, he looked like the Armor Titan. And then when they found he was the Armor Titan, I was like, okay. And then when Berto turned into the fucking
like, if you investigate enough and you're actually thinking, yeah. But if you're just watching the shit and not really thinking, then
and I would say, that's what I was doing. And I would say spoiler alert, but so let's be real. By the time you reach that point, you won't know these niggas' names anyway because they suck as characters. So you won't. So even when you find out who they are, you'll be like, oh, that's who they were talking about.
And I'm just mad. It could be so much better.
Yeah, but they had to sacrifice because
it's either the story or the character.
And then honestly,
it worked though.
You have to have a certain level of amazingness as a author to be able to do both. Like Oda, the creator of One Piece, can do both, or the creator of JoJo could do both. The creator of even the creator of Naruto can do both, even though he doesn't do it as good as those two. But most people, even My Hero, he could do both. But most people, they either do character or story. Most people can't do both. Or another person, perfect example, Fullmetal Alchemist does both.
Oh, I love Fullmetal.
That is my top 3 favorite anime of all time.
Like. With Fullmetal, I don't know.
My top 3 is One Piece, JoJo, Fullmetal.
Fullmetal? What do you guys say about Fullmetal? Because I don't know.
It is one of the greatest things I've ever watched in my life, anime or not.
Yeah, it is. Like, I don't even. It leaves me.
It had a perfect story.
Really perfect. Like it was the perfect.
Even when it ended, I wish it never ended. My only thing is,
you're okay
and they left it open. They left it open to have a sequel because they never left the country.
Yeah,
I would love to see what happens outside of the country, but Fullmetal Alchemist,
and it's just funny. It had like lots of serious moments, but it also had like little funny, silly moments.
And you know where it excelled that most shows, even like One Piece and JoJo, have not excelled at as well. Even though they do excel at it, just not as good as this show. This is the one show where the main character is not the strongest, and where the main character is not just beating everyone's ass. Like this show is the epitome of teamwork. Like there was even Al. Al was always better than Ed in terms of fighting. Even Ed said it himself. He's like, Al's a better fighter than me. On top of that, he's fucking
so cute
armor
with his little voice.
Yeah.
And that big ass armor.
And they always had to work together. Like, there was never a day Ed and Al could beat Roy Mustang. There was never a day. There was never a day they could beat Scar.
It couldn't be one or the other. It had to be together.
Like, even if they jumped him, they could not beat Roy. Roy could kill one of them in one hit.
And their story is really good, too. Like,
10 out of 10 story.
Yes. I was just...
Look, Fullmetal's a 10 out of 10 for me. You ain't gonna get no complaints from me. It's a perfect fucking show.
Like, especially in the beginning when you're trying to figure stuff out, and they was talking about how they tried to bring their mom back, and a lot of people can relate to that with, you know, having somebody have passed that you care about. You would do anything to get them back, and they lost. I know Al lost his whole body. Ed lost
an arm and a leg.
Arm and his leg.
I just realized the imagery. You know how to say, like, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg?
Oh, wow.
And he really did cost him an arm and a leg.
That's wild.
And things I love, too, and this is why we call it Nerd City, mostly because I'm the nerd. So, I love a lot of the imagery in Fullmetal because it has a lot of religious shit that like...
It does, underlining.
Like, you know the, so, fun fact for people, I'm Jamaican, but my roots, because I'm Jamaican, is from Ghana. And so I'll be doing a lot of Ghana research, like specifically like for tattoos and shit. So I look up a lot of symbols. You know the little bean, the little black thing in the husk, the being in the husk. That's what they call it, which is father now after you took what's his name's father's look. It looks just like one of the symbols in Ghana.
Oh.
Like literally
Wow.
to the T.
Wow.
Like it looks just like one of the symbols, and I looked at it and I forgot what the symbol meant, but the meaning of the symbol
I
was
gotta
very
watch that show
similar
again.
to what the Ghana symbol
We were
looked like.
supposed to rewatch it and never did.
Yeah, because I wanted you to let it sit.
Like, cause I want to rewatch it, cause I'll have a different mindset than when I first watched it, too. And I don't know, like.
And we're talking about Brotherhood, not
yeah, Brotherhood. Definitely watch if you guys haven't watched it yet. I hope you're not listening because we might have spoiled some stuff. But anyways, if you watch the other one, definitely watch Brotherhood because it's way better.
We didn't
than
really
the first
spoil it. I mean, we spoiled it, but if you don't know what the fuck we're talking about, it's not really a spoiler.
Yeah.
I also said the being in the husk. And I said Ed and Al lost armor leg. They literally tell you that episode.
Yeah, that's true.
I said the only thing that the original, like the Full Metal Alchemist show, not Brotherhood, the original show. Remember, like with Hughes. Mm-hmm. I thought they did that better because you had more episodes with Hughes.
Okay.
So it really hit harder.
Like the shit with the dog.
That
with
yeah.
The girl. Oh my god.
Marseille, when I tell you, now that's where the first one did it best. That dog shit. You saw this shit for like 10 like you was bonding with these characters for 10 episodes, and when that dog shit happens, I can tell you when I watched that shit
cried. I honestly think I cried.
You cried just from the Brotherhood. Imagine the original. Look, the original.
Oh my god.
You know, he had like 2 episodes with them.
Mm-hmm.
And the original was like 10. And dog, I was watching it, and I'm watching. I was like, oh my god! And you never see it coming. Then when it happens, I literally had to turn off the TV. It was watching on my laptop. I had to turn off my laptop, and I sat there and I was just like.
I think that was my first traumatic moment from watching something, an anime.
Yeah, that shit traumatized me.
That was the first traumatic.
It broke me. It fucking broke me.
I was not expecting for any show
and
to get that deep.
And it was like, Ed, can we go out to play? I was just like, motherfucker.
I literally cried. I cried a tear.
Oh, damn.
Lord, it's still like.
It's so sad. Like I don't really watch it just because I hate seeing that part. Mm-hmm. That part actually makes
it's like me with the Lion King. I always skip the part where Mufasa died. I can't do it.
I ain't gonna front. I'll be thugging it out. I'll be thugging it out with Mufasa.
I can't
do
skip it every time.
No, you gotta thug it out though.
And unless it's at a movie theater or we with friends, but I'll pretend like I'm on my phone or so because I can't do it because I'll start crying. It's just I don't know why. You know
what that scene is for me? Boys in the Hood when Ricky gets shot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I just want y'all to know I'm a nigga. Like I'm a nerdy ass dude, but I'm a nigga at the end of the day. I'm the perfect combo of hood and nerd.
I'm just me. I'm just a girl.
Yeah, I'm a true black. I'm a true black.
I like what
dude.
I like. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like what I like too. Like I got a friend that'll shoot you in the face. I got a friend that'll play Pokemon with me. I got a friend that'll do both. You know, I'm an interesting character.
Durrell.
No, that's Mo.
Oh, come on. But yeah. Next is Fire Force.
We're talking about next is Fire Force. Oh.
Yes.
We want to talk about Fire Force. That's my favorite new anime.
Yes, it is a newish anime.
No, don't say
how
yes.
Because
we saw that in Doctor Stone at the same time.
Okay, yeah.
Because it came out. I think they came out like the same day.
And that was our 2 animes that we watched.
And you was like, I like Doctor Stone. Where I was like,
because I was so into it and it was getting good.
Nah.
But yeah,
I knew off jump I like Fire Force.
That's true. Because at first I was like, it's okay. I thought it was like one of those generic animes, kind of like Black Clover.
Until you found the person that made Soul Eater made it.
That it's a good anime to watch while you're waiting for your other animes to come back. Like
because it starts off a little slow, but it still intrigued me.
But I think in the middle-ish, I started getting into it more.
I say for you, I say it was like episode 7.
Yeah, like almost to the middle then.
No, you know when I realized you started getting into it? Remember when Shinra finally met Hibana?
Okay, yeah.
That was when I saw you started getting more into it because they didn't really fight much. It was more of like it was more character building for the first few episodes.
Oh yeah, and you remember that guy with the thing? He has
Benny Morrow.
That, and he went to the cabin where they were at the guy with the red hair. They were in the cabin.
You're talking about Giovanni.
Yeah, Giovanni.
That was late. That was like halfway through.
I don't know, but like that episode right there, I was like, okay, Fire Force on another level.
No, you know where that episode that Giovanni was the episode where the author's Soul Eater started coming out. Because you know how Soul Eater's a weird ass anime. Fire Force was.
I love Soul
Fire
Eater.
Force was never that weird at first, and then I could tell. I was like. I could tell like he wanted to lure people in to be normal, And then I just started seeing the Soul Eater start getting writing into. I was like, okay, it's starting to get really weird. Mm-hmm. And then like right after the Giovanni thing, that's when he just said, "Fuck it, we Fire Force Eater." he just went straight into Soul Eater mode. And now this season, the first episodes was straight up like on some Soul Eater shit, just weird. And now it's just a wacky show, and I love it. Dr. Stone, to me, I love Dr. Stone. I will say the later half, that's where it started to fall off for me. Mm-hmm. It was way more interesting at first, and it's still very interesting. I'm excited for the season to come out. But it was like the opposite of Fire Force, where Dr. Stone Oh, I like Dr. Stone's open. That's my favorite first episode ever.
Dr. Stone?
Yeah, because I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Was, when I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch this. Like, it was kind of like Attack on Titan, when you're like, this is so unique and cool, I gotta watch it. But with Fire Force, like, the more I got into it, I noticed that, because we have speakers, because I'm a voice actor, so we have these speakers, and they're like for they're like
shameless plug. Okay, I'm a voice actor. Like,
yes, I'm a voice actor, guys.
I'm
an upcoming voice actor, trying to get slowly but surely get there. But I have these speakers, and
so what am I then? no. If you're a voice actor, what am I?
What are you? A businessman? He's a businessman.
I'm a very
entrepreneur.
I'm a very failed businessman. I'm a very failed businessman. But, I have failed way more than I succeeded.
I have these speakers that you can hear pretty much everything. But I know that even if you have like a regular TV or whatnot, it's still the same sound. But Fire Force. Fire Force sound is amazing. Like, I've never heard a sound like the sound system like this before, like with an anime or with even with movies. Like, I don't know about movies, period, but like even better than regular movies and TV shows. Like, it's just, you have to listen to it to see what I mean. But the sound is amazing. If like they do awards and stuff for best animation and all that kind of stuff, they should actually do for best sound, because they would win best sound if they have it already. Yeah. But that's what I really love about Fire Force, and I also love their animation that that goes along with it.
Oh, speaking of awards, I'm gonna be real with y'all. There's no way. Look, listen to me. There's no way in fucking hell Demon Slayer should have won Anime of the Decade. There is no way in hell.
One Punch Man. Hello?
Animation? Wait.
One Punch Man?
It should have won Animation of the or Anime. No, it's not even close.
One Punch Man.
Animation of the Decade is One Punch Man, season 1. That shit is out of this world. That shit is out of this fucking world. Demon Slayer was different, and plus it was new, so it had recency bias.
Yeah.
But there's no way.
Everybody, like, they put, don't get me wrong, I love Demon Slayer.
No, you know.
But they put the hype on that.
No, you know why? I can tell you why. Look, I already know how people work. When people see a lot of people dying, it always gets popular.
That's true.
Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer. What's the common denominator for both? You see mad people die right off the first rip.
Kind of like Goblin Slayer.
Yeah, like Goblin Slayer. That shit got mad hype too.
That shit traumatized me. I couldn't even finish the freaking series.
I love Goblin Slayer, but I have to watch it on my own because she don't like it.
Yeah.
She can't. I will say this. It's too much rape. It's too much rape.
Yeah.
So
a trigger warning: do not watch it.
Okay,
if you have to rape.
If you have a sensitivity because of your past, or
and they
if
don't
you
let
have
you know that. Yeah. I don't know if they do or not.
They don't.
They don't let you.
They do let you know that it's gonna be graphic, but they don't tell you it's gonna be rape.
Yeah, I didn't know that shit. I was like, and it wasn't. It was okay if it was like the first episode.
But then did it like 3 or 4 more times.
It's part of the series, and it goes along with what the goblins do. So almost every time they encounter
great storytelling, don't get me wrong. But and I'm glad that they include that because they want you to see that this is real. Like, this is a real problem. But like I said, if you have a sensitivity to stuff like that because of your past or whatnot, I don't recommend Goblin Slayer. Because it'll trigger you. Even though
it's a good ass series.
Yeah, like me, I don't have that sensitivity to it because honestly, I've never gone through anything remotely close to that, so don't bother me. And I'm not a girl. Like, girls are more sensitive to that because of obvious society
and
reasons.
Guys too.
Some guys can't watch it too.
Yeah, guys go through shit like that.
So if you have any sensitivity to that, do not watch Goblin Slayer. I'm telling you that now. No matter how good it is, it will trigger you.
Yeah,
because it makes you uncomfortable. And that's for someone that
And
hasn't
that's
gone through that.
probably why it didn't get as much clout as it could have.
But I respect the artisticness of it.
Yeah, I respect the risk that they did. And
Because to me, it's a nice angle. Because I like when shows show you that this shit gets real. Because like One Piece will allude to rape, like Boa Hancock and her sisters when they were slaves.
Oh,
They pretty much said everything but rape, but it was clear as day they were sex slaves, and they were raped and they were tortured. But you didn't have to tell me for me to know. They kind of leave it up to you because Oda doesn't want to go that graphic.
Yeah,
Obviously,
I like that because I don't know.
Like if you know, you know. Like to me, you don't have to say it.
Just like if there's a sex scene in a movie and they get started and then they switch to the next scene, you know what they did.
Yeah, I don't have to see.
You don't have to see the whole.
I don't have to see them start.
Like,
just show me them in the bed after they're done.
Netflix, they be going in. I don't know. Every Netflix movie that's like rated R.
If it's a Netflix original,
you bound to see some titties. You bound to see some titties, some ass, and whatever else. If it's rated R, it's a requirement. R is a requirement for titties. Okay, like I don't know what it is with Netflix. They just have to have it there. But yeah.
But yeah, I can't do it. I hate sex scenes in movies. What the fuck was we talking about? Oh yeah, Demon Slayer.
Yeah,
Demon Slayer. Love Demon Slayer. Very overrated. Y'all fall for the fucking death first episode thing too easy. It's a great show. It's amazing. It's one of my top 5 last year. This is my top 3. If I talk about new anime last year,
and it makes you want to anticipate the next episode.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna act like I never liked it more than Fire Force, and I doubt I was on that hill until Marseille finally agreed. I kept saying I was like, nah, Fire Force is way better. I kept saying that. I think Dr. Stone is better.
Yeah, Dr. Stone. Like about Dr. Stone, it's new. I think it came in 2020.
2019.
2019.
I won't even explain the premise because that would just ruin it.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It reminds me of Attack on Titan with his story kind of like being unique and all. And I like the main character, but Chris was talking about his hair, how he didn't like.
He had main character hair. Like as soon as you saw him, I was like, I want. But one guy said, his name is Nuxtaku. Shout out to you if you ever hear this. He said the one thing he loved about the first episode of Dr. Stone is that, save for Senku's main character here, you had no idea who's going to be the main character. Like they said, like because like when you saw everything happening, I don't think Senku really appeared until like later in the episode. But for most of the episode, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And I do like that, but they kind of ruined it because you saw Senku's main character here. If you didn't have the main character here,
you wouldn't know.
You would not know. Like you honestly wouldn't know. So it's great storytelling.
I love his friend. What's his friend name?
I forget it.
I forgot too.
I just call him Rock Lee. That's what I call him because he reminds me of Rock Lee. No, he's less annoying Asta.
Oh yeah, he really is. I love how he's so super strong. He's like super strong during this age.
But he's not
he's a
even
pacifist compared to
Tsubaka.
Yes. Tsubaka, like he's so fun. Owie.
I didn't even pinch you. You just oh, fuck that.
But let me see.
I'll find them faster. You too
okay, slow. But yeah. Their characters are really good. I really like their Taiju, yes.
All right, I would. You know why? Because they never say his name. He always calls him your Big Oaf.
And he's so sweet.
He calls him Big Oaf. That's why I never knew his name.
And he's so sweet too. And he's like trying to confess his love to this girl, and for like freaking what was it, like 3,000 years?
I just said don't tell him the premise of the show.
Oh. Well, you know what? Whatever. That's a part of the story, though, like in the beginning.
Yeah, but still, it kills the mystics. Fine, whatever, 3,000 years. Yeah.
So, 3,000 years, he really likes this girl. And that helped him when they got solidified in that solid stuff that nobody knows yet. That helped him push him to survive so that he could see her once more. Like, that is dedication.
Especially for a high school crush.
Like,
I think my only gripe with fucking Dr. Stone was, like I said, the second half kind of teetered off. But it teetered off because they're setting up for this season. That was a whole setup for, like, this season about to be the shit. So I wasn't mad at it, but it slowed down. And I was just like, oh, okay, it kind of slowed down for me. And another gripe, which is not really a big gripe because a lot of anime do, is all the girls' faces look the same. And that bugs me.
Yeah.
They all have like this
slight differences.
They always have like this big. They always have like these really big eyes.
Because some of them have the big lips.
Yeah.
I like the big lips on.
But that's just like
characters.
one. That's like one character that had big lips, and she looked like Armstrong's older sister on Fullmetal Alchemist with the lips.
Oh yeah, I love it when they do characters like that, diversity, and I like differences in their faces, so that way you can remember their names. I can never remember.
And at the
names.
same time, I can't really make a big gripe about that because I watch One Piece, and if there's one thing I know, Oda likes to copy and paste the girls' bodies. So
that's for sure, and just make the boobs bigger or smaller.
Yeah.
Just slightly bigger or smaller.
Nico Robin is best girl. I don't care what anyone says. Sorry.
She has the biggest boobs, right?
Of the crew, hell yeah.
Yeah, of the crew.
I'm sorry, she blows Nami out the water for me.
Yeah,
like I legit like if I saw real life Nico Robin, I'm leaving you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Real life. What was I saying? Not Demon Slayer. Dr. Stone. Yeah, the story was really good, and
it's very unique. It's a breath of fresh air for like shonen, because its power, it doesn't have a power. It's just science.
Yes, and
it's science versus like nature.
I like that they use real scientific things, and they even say it before and after the show. Please do not try this at home because you can actually make this stuff. And I really like that they show you how it's made, because a lot of people don't know how things are made, and they show that in the series, and I really really like that. Kind of like Cells at Work. I love that anime too. It's a nice relaxing anime. Cells at Work. Meant to say Cells.
Like sales.
But Cells at Work, yeah. I really like that they do that. Is they show how they make soap, and they show like other stuff about how they make stuff, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it's a great show.
And that's very different too.
Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air. Mm-hmm. Like Demon Slayer is not really a breath of fresh air. It's honestly a pretty generic show that does really good animation and fighting.
Yeah.
But other than that, the premise is pretty generic.
Okay, yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Besides the whole Sisters of Demon thing, which is honestly still kind of generic too. I mean, as you don't see it much.
But you know what? What
it does it great.
Show really got me this year was the time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Yeah.
Like,
I was never going to watch that show ever, and we just finally watched it because my friend CJ, shout out to CJ, he kept saying watch this show. I was like, I don't want to watch no show about no fucking slime.
And it's the
and then I finally watched it. I'm like, this show's fucking great.
It really is amazing. Like, the title of it threw me off, and I never wanted to watch it because I was like, why is it so long? Like, and then that just took, like, I didn't want to watch it just because of the title. And people always say, don't judge a book by its cover. But we eventually was like, let's just go ahead and watch it while we're waiting for, our other animes to come back. And we binge watched that thing. Like, I don't know, we binge watched in like 2 days, a few days. Like, it was just so good. And it was just really, if you guys have seen Shield Hero, it was really like the opposite of Shield Hero. Yeah,
Shield Hero. Oh, that's another anime.
It was the same as Shield Hero, but also the opposite.
Yeah, it's a whole isekai thing, but Shield Hero was dark.
Yes, and this was
Slime was so happy.
This Slime was it was so happy and light, and it's just a nice relief from if you watched a negative or horror anime. And Slime just is like so fun and giggly. It's kind of similar to, almost similar to Fairy Tale's vibe, but a much lighter.
Yeah.
Because
and where they do well too, how Fairy Tale does the power of friendship, but they have the illusion that there's actually struggle. They let you know this nigga's overpowered from jump, so you're not expecting him to really be challenged, and so you're just enjoying the story itself. And at the same time, I heard that shit gets really real for him eventually, so I'm not worried about that. And it's not really a spoiler because you see in the opening. Don't worry, the nigga's not a slime the whole time. He can't transform to a demon.
That
was gonna bother me.
We was worried about that at the beginning. We was like, oh my gosh, is this thing gonna be a slime the whole time? I'm already really into it, but then
he met the dragon and he was in love.
Oh my gosh, yes. There's characters. I don't know. I don't know why, but I fell in love with some of the characters.
Because
every time I would see this one character,
the wolf.
He's a wolf.
Ranga.
He's huge. He's like a huge wolf, and every time I see him, I'm just looking at him on the side. Even when he's in the background and stuff, his eyes just poking out, just looking. I'm just like, oh my gosh! I don't know why he's so cute.
Marcy she likes like really scary things that are cute.
And the dragon is the cutest thing ever too. He even did, you know how y'all see on TikTok where you put your two index fingers together and you're like shy and stuff. He did something like that, and it was just the cutest thing ever.
And I may have burned down a whole entire city.
Yes, he was so clumsy, and he was so sad about it too. He was like, I burned a city by accident. It was just so funny. I really, really liked it, though.
And Shield Hero, I love Shield Hero.
Yeah.
I love how it starts off because I'm not going to spoil it because that would actually fuck it up. But one thing I do like, the main character is the Shield Hero, clearly. I love that he's not like the generic, overpowered, like, protagonist.
This is kind of like
he really is, and he's not trash at all. He's actually really good, but he has to be strategic because his weapon's a shield.
What is this called when they go into different realms? Isekai. Okay, yes, this is one of those.
It's one of the most overused things ever. It's the most overused plot ever.
I know, it really is, but it still makes us watch it though.
No, honestly, I don't watch 90% of them.
We watched a bunch of them though.
We watched Konosuba.
Yeah.
Shield Hero and Slime
and ReZero.
Oh, and ReZero.
We got to talk about that too. That'll probably be the last thing we'll talk about, but
yeah, we got a nice little set because we got all the good ones. The rest of them, I don't give a fuck about. Mm-hmm. Once I see it's a fucking isekai, I usually just don't watch it.
Yeah, anymore. That's true.
Like even like the Eighth Son, I like Eighth Son, but it's so generic.
And Dungeon, I think. Wait, no.
Arifuda.
It was something similar to Dungeon.
Arifuda.
Yeah, something? I think so.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was good.
Yeah, it was cool, but I didn't love it. It was something to watch.
Yeah.
And pretty girls. And he raped the dragon. That was pretty cool. I was like, oh yeah, he just raped.
Oh my gosh.
He just raped
but
the
yeah,
dragon.
Shield Hero is on the darker note, but it's actually good too. It's like basically the main character, he goes into this new world and you're thinking, oh, everything's gonna be fine and jolly, but his life is like literal hell. Like he always has bad luck.
And it's not funny. It's actually really bad.
And it's so sad. It's almost like when you watch Precious. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but like that's what the movie like.
The first 3 episodes were just Precious.
Everything bad was happening to him.
And he just be wanting to help people, like literally off rip.
Exactly.
And niggas just hated him for no reason.
And
then after a while, he just became an asshole. He's like, yo, fuck everybody.
He was like, well, y'all gonna treat me like I'm a mean and a butthole. So
he just became that.
I might as well just be it. Shit.
He literally just started robbing people.
Yeah, he literally just became that, and I don't blame him because people were accusing him of stuff, and he was just, you know what, I'm done. I'm just not gonna talk about it.
And then he started meeting people that actually liked him. And eventually, he started finding some happiness.
Yeah, and
the whole point of the show is him finding happiness.
And that's it.
And because because he's a shield hero, he can't just fight straight up. So he has to be strategic the way he fights, which I love.
Yeah, and it had some nice twists and turns to the story too. I really like that too.
That bitch Multi.
Oh yeah. Oh, she was just so mean for no reason.
Yeah, just an asshole.
Just a mean, nasty person.
Yeah, I hated a lot of those characters on the show.
Yeah, just that one character that's just nasty and mean.
Or the other heroes. I hated all the other heroes too.
Mm-hmm. And she was like a side character. She didn't even have to be that mean.
But she was honestly the catalyst for the show.
Yeah, she really was.
Like without her, the show wouldn't have been as good. I have to be real. Mm-hmm. And what was another show?
Okay, and then
finally,
I want to talk about ReZero.
Oh yeah. Also, if you're tired of isekai animes, watch Konosuba. Watch Konosuba.
Oh my gosh, ReZero was the first anime that I almost could not. I was watching it and I just wanted to stop watching it because of how good it was, but how scary it was.
I wouldn't say scary. It was stress inducing.
Yeah, it was. It gave me not scary like horror scary, but like it gave me anxiety.
And we can't tell you the plot because if you ain't watch it, we ruin the plot for it.
You definitely have to watch it.
There's something you have to watch for yourself.
But if y'all already watched it, you know what I'm talking about. Like like whoever made this show, man, like kudos to you. I hope you are okay, and I hope you are mentally up to par, because I don't know, like, how did you make this? Yeah. Like, the minds of some people is just so amazing to me. With this show, like, I don't even know, like, you would think one thing's happening, and then another thing is happening, and then after that, you think, and then another thing is happening. It's just like all twists and turns, and it's almost like a roller coaster, but it's an anime. You never know what's real, what's not real. It was just mind blowing. If you want something to mess with your mind, make you confused as hell, and you gotta watch the show. You can't like be doing other stuff when you're watching this anime. Like, oh, this is looks like a filler or another episode. I could just do whatever. But no, you have to listen to every word they're saying and really pay attention, because this show, like, 1 minute somebody's doing one thing and the next it's just all over the place. But it's a good all over the place. What do you got to say about it, Chris?
ReZero?
Yeah.
It's fucking fire.
Yes, like Chris loves it, but I was like, I don't even know if I can watch the next season.
I like shows that stress me,
because it stressed me out.
I like it too, because it was a breath of fresh air from the whole generic isekai thing. Because I'm gonna be real, I don't watch a lot of anime. Mm-hmm. I'm not the type of guy that sit and just watch anime. If you tell me to watch some random obscure 12-episode anime, I'm probably not gonna watch it, because I hate short anime, because I get attached. I almost didn't watch Kill la Kill because of that.
Oh, I love Kill la Kill.
And Kill la Kill, I love Kill la Kill, but I hate like Samurai Champloo.
I don't mind as long as the ending is good, not like you know what? Let me not say it, but.
Yeah, you already ruined someone else's shit with that.
Oh, shut up! No, I did not.
And you know why it is too? Because I can't, like, when I really started watching anime, there was before like this decade, there was this whole thing where they'll do a season and the show wasn't over, and they just stopped making seasons. Like The Devil's a Part-Timer. I love that show.
I love that.
And they just never made a season 2. And there should be like 6 seasons of this
I'm
shit.
so waiting for them to make another one. That was like it was a funny anime. Yeah, very funny.
And I noticed too, a lot of animes are really doing the whole like RPG world thing too. That's been a real common thing. And I'm not mad at that either. Again, I only watch like certain, like I watch Dan Maki, or is it Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I watched that. Another show I wasn't going to watch because of the name. Then there's Slime. Then there's Shield Hero. And other than that, I don't really watch any of those RPG-based shows, because I don't like watching a lot of the same thing. So, give me...
I like diversity.
Oh, another one too is Plunderer.
Oh, yeah.
That is a show, it goes somewhere you...
It's kind of like ReZero in that instance.
What, Plunderer?
But not as bad and not as confusing.
What, Plunderer?
Yeah, Plunderer.
I wouldn't even compare it. I don't care. I can't compare nothing to ReZero.
Yeah.
I would say it's like... I can tell you straight up, whatever you go and watching Plunderer with, you're wrong. I can say that. It goes completely left, and you never saw it coming.
Yeah.
It really fucks you up.
Yeah, that's how ReZero is. It fucks you up, too.
It's like Attack on Titan Season 3.
Like, it really fucks you up.
But it doesn't fuck you up in a depressing way. It fucks you up in a, I did not see that coming way. ReZero, like, actually gives you, like, depression. Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. Just thinking about it. I remember when I finished, I was like, finally! I was just like, oh my gosh, that was crazy.
Another show was depressing too that I've only watched was Samurai 7. That show was sad as fuck. I don't watch a lot of sad anime. I don't really watch a lot of sad shows. I want shows to enjoy.
Yeah.
If this is a sad show, it has to have a great story.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've really watched sad.
But I think I can only say I've watched that most 30 anime in my life.
Anything close to sad would be Fruits Basket, but even then, there's
also. I don't watch shit that ain't action. I don't care. I've only watched like 3.
The volleyball shit.
I'm not watching Haikyuu.
And Haikyuu. I'm not watching Haikyuu. I tried to watch the first episode. Yeah, I'll try it again.
I've watched one sports show.
And the skating one, and the ice skating one.
No, I've watched one.
What's the ice skating one?
I don't fucking know.
Let me see, cause the ice skating one
Yuri on Ice.
Yeah, Yuri on Ice. My sister told me about it. And I watch a few episodes. That one's pretty good. It's silly too, but I definitely.
Well, you like Food Wars?
Yes, Food Wars. I'll get that to the next episode.
But the only sports anime I ever watched and enjoyed was iShow 21. Mm-hmm. And that was an American football anime. But for the most part, if it ain't action, I don't really give a fuck. Because I'm not one of those people. It just
depends on the story, what they do with the story, how they make it fun.
Because I'm not one of those people that think anime is the pinnacle of cinema. I don't think I'm not a weeb. So sorry, weebs. There's a lot of shit out there that's better than anime. It's just that the anime I like. Now, I will say my favorite show in existence is an anime. I will say anime is a great thing. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to act like everything I have to watch has to be anime. There's a lot of shitty anime. I think
pretty much only watch anime
I think most of them are shitty, honestly.
It's funny. Because, I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't I can't say most anime is shitty. I think most of them are just the same. I think it's the same old shit, no matter what you go to.
I like Monsters Mizumi. Or
I don't want to watch it. That made me want to masturbate.
That was the first episode. I mean, not first series I've ever watched. That's kind of what is it? What is that even?
Ecchi.
Not edgy, but
ecchi.
I know there's
called ecchi.
Oh, it's called ecchi.
Yeah, like where it's like damn near porn.
Yeah, like soft porn type episodes type thing. I really liked it, honestly. I like the storyline.
That's when you realized you were really bisexual.
I like the boobs. Yep, that's when I really was like, I might be bi. Yeah, I'm bi. By the way, I really liked that show. It was just funny, and it was of course it had the showing of the breast and buttocks and vagina. Even though it had that, it had a nice little story with it, and I really enjoyed it. I hope they make another season, honestly.
Oh, good. I don't want to watch a show that makes me want to masturbate. Like I said. It's just, I have a hard time watching One Piece sometimes. I'm sitting there, I'm just like,
sometimes it's nice to look at some boobies.
I know, but it's like, sometimes it's like, it sounds like in my lifetime I had to stop watching One Piece just to watch porn.
Wow.
I'm not even joking.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, this is too much. There's too much action right now. I have to let me just rub it out so I can focus.
Yeah, like Plunderer.
It's not amazing.
Yeah, it's a nice, decent anime to watch.
Great twist. I would say the twist really set it up.
Yeah, like closer to what season are we on right now?
Same season 1.
Oh, we're still on the same season?
Yeah, it came out. It came out in January.
I guess the more you watch it, the better it gets to me.
Yeah,
and it has more twists and turns than you would think it does, cause it has like a certain topic, and you're like, okay, cool, and then it'll add on as you watch it more. You're like, wait a minute, huh? And then that makes you want to watch it even more.
Yeah.
So I really like that about it too. I think it has great potential to be.
Yeah, I think season 2 would definitely be better than season 1.
Yeah, it's going to go.
And I hope they get a better animated studio.
Oh yeah.
I think the animation.
The animation's
pretty like shoddy.
Yeah, it is.
Even the fight scenes, like and again, this is someone that watches One Piece. One Piece is historically known for its bad animation, like at points. But when One Piece decides to have a good animation scene or a good fight scene, it's fire. Plunderer's not like that. It's not terrible animation, but it never gets better.
Yeah.
Even the fight scene, you know how when they
stagnant.
When they save the budget for fight scenes, they don't save the budget. The budget's the same throughout. It's pretty.
Yes.
It's like ugh. It's like it could be way better, but I'm hoping that maybe they put more money into it next season.
Yeah, I like how they have special names and stuff for certain things.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, and they have like little armies and.
Oh, we gotta talk about Black Clover too. We haven't mentioned Black Clover.
You want to talk about Black Clover?
Yeah, because we were shitting on Fairy Tail. I can't shit on Fairy Tail without talking about the better version of Fairy Tail.
Yeah, I was just about to say that Black Clover is Fairy Tail knockoff. How One Piece is how Fairy Tail is a knockoff from One Piece.
Oh no, Black Clover's a Naruto knockoff.
Yeah, I feel like it's Naruto.
It's Naruto and Fairy Tail.
And Fairy Tail mixed together.
And the best part I like about, and this isn't really a spoiler because if you watch the first episode, it tells you everything. Not Fairy Tail. Black Clover, I can say without a doubt, the first episode is okay. Second episode makes the first episode better because it connects. But for the most part, those first 15 episodes.
It was slow.
Not even slow. Those first few episodes, it was kind of trash.
Yeah. Honestly, we just kept watching it because we had nothing else to watch.
Yeah. I will say the first 2 episodes kind of grab you and just like, oh, this was cool. And then when he finally joins the Magic Knights, you're like, okay, this is pretty cool. But other than that, I think it starts off pretty slow. And Asta, the main character, is extremely annoying in the first part because he yells a lot. And I watched the dub. Also, I'm more of a dub watch than a sub watch because I don't feel like reading.
Yeah, we watched.
But the sub Japanese Black Clover is 20 times more annoying than the dub. So if you want to watch Black Clover, I recommend the dub. It's way better. But Asta was a pretty annoying character at first. He's really a louder, more annoying Naruto. And I don't like Naruto himself that much. So that would already rub me the wrong way. But I do like the whole... You know how like they always have the weak character he doesn't really have... Where they really like, you were never born with... Like you never had any ability. And also you magically get the ability and then some. That never happened.
I like that though.
Because I thought like he has no magic.
I low-key thought he was going to have powers.
No, because remember they said like he had no magic. This whole time I was like, okay, now he's gonna then we're gonna find out he actually has magic, and he's gonna have the rarest of magics ever. Blah 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 blah, which doesn't really happen because you realize like, oh, he doesn't have magic, and all he does is and the thing is with Asta, he was never like weak. He just didn't have magic. So he always trained his body because he's magicless.
Yeah,
so
that's so cool.
So he was always physically strong as fuck.
One Punch Man, where he trained.
Yeah.
He literally trained to be powerful.
He's literally if Rock Lee was the main character of Naruto, which actually would have made Naruto better in my opinion, and if his brother was Neji. But they never magically just give him magic, and also he has the strongest magic on the planet. He still don't have magic. He still is at a huge disadvantage. He still can't fly with the broom. He still cannot do magic shit, and they never give him magic. But his power is anti-magic, so he can negate magic.
Yeah,
and it's not like
he has his power because he doesn't have magic.
And
which is cool. So
because his anti-magic drains magic. Mm-hmm. So if he had magic, it would kill him. Yeah. And on top of that, if and people with no magic, he's not the only person in the show with no magic. You just don't find other people, but he's not the first case ever in the series.
Yeah, it's just rare.
They just say like, oh, you don't have no magic. It's like in My Hero Academia if you're quirkless.
It's like when
Midoriya's quirkless.
It's like us and we see somebody who doesn't have a leg or doesn't have an arm. Yeah, it's normal, but it's
like you have a disability.
Yeah,
like you're just like, what the fuck? Like it's rare, but it's not something you've never seen before.
Yeah, that's how it is.
But if you've never been around someone with it's like seeing a midget. Like you never see a midget. Yeah. So when you see a midget, like, oh shit, a midget.
Little person is the proper term.
I don't give a fuck. The proper term is dwarf, but that sounds worse. I'm not calling you a mythical creature.
Little person, please.
But
because I am short.
You're not a midget. You're just short. But I think it does that part well in establishing that he's not overpowered. Is his ability overpowered as fuck? Yeah, but his ability is with the sword. If he doesn't use the sword, his anti-magic don't work. So he can't just use it on anything. He could like negate the strongest magic, but it doesn't negate it and make it disappear. Like if you throw like a fucking meteor at him that explodes, he could cut it in half and dispel it. But when he does it, it explodes. If it has
magic on it.
Yeah. So like if it's a magic meteor that you summon from the sky, he could cut it in half. But if he cuts it in half, it'll still explode. Yeah. So it will still kill him. So he has to know how to do it. Like if you throw a fireball at him, if he just slices it, it's gonna explode on him. So like,
it's like
he can't just slice anything with no repercussions. Yeah. And on top of that,
he has to be smart about it.
If he didn't train his body, he couldn't use his magic either because the sword's too fucking heavy. Mm-hmm. And the average person, they can't lift it because it's too damn heavy. Yeah. So he pretty much was just training his whole life, and it actually paid off for him. So he's literally beating niggas' ass off the strength that he's just too fucking strong.
It's just so cool to
me. Like they said, like in Black Clover, he's the second strongest character physically in the whole series.
Oh wow!
You can guess the first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Yami. Clearly, it's Yami. Yeah. Also, Yami is like
physically.
Yeah, physically strongest. Okay, yeah. He's the physically second strongest character in the whole entire series.
Yeah, I can definitely see.
And he's not close to the strongest character in the series.
Yeah, I can definitely see that too.
So it's not even close. Like my favorite character is Yami. But I will say where Black Clover kind of fucks up too is where Fairy Tail fucked up in the beginning with the whole every character is just a caricature of a stereotype that animes do. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty fucking annoying.
There's always a Sasuke in an anime.
Yeah, but at least Yuno's like not edgy. He's just boring. Yuno's boring as fuck. I don't really care for him. But like the side characters, they're all literally just their gags. That was part that was annoying. Every character was just their gag. They didn't have no personality outside their gag. And it gets better over time, especially with the Black Bulls. Because at first I'm like, oh my god, I don't want these dudes just to be a gag every second of the day.
I really love the Black Bull team.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Because they grow on you, especially when they start having substance now.
Yes.
So, okay, now they're less annoying.
They make you
Besides
feel
Gray.
like you're a part of their family.
Gray's still pretty annoying.
Like the way they have it's set up. Because
Yeah.
they don't really
It's
show
like
Yuno's part. They just show
let's be real, his part's pretty boring.
yeah, so it's okay.
They've done it before, and you literally lose interest because it's like, okay,
yeah,
you're strong,
and
but you're so
he's a part of a
boring.
boring team, anyways.
Yeah.
They're just there to like train, and I bet they have like their moments and stuff. But I feel like
my favorite Golden Bull is Klaus, the steel guy.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I really.
But yeah, I like how the Black Bulls is just
made you feel like you're a part of the family.
Yeah, and it's like a whole crew of misfits that was just randomly put together by some random guy. I wonder where that came from. And they just travel through marvelous misadventures with their ragtag team that shouldn't be working out well, but they do. Sounds like the Straw Hats. But Black Clover copies a lot, but then it kind of hits you randomly with some really original shit. And now it's its own series, and it's really working well. Like, I would say it's cool to watch for like the first 30, but around episode 40, just like, oh, this is like an actual like show to watch. It's something to keep up with. And then when you reach like episode 100, you're just like, okay, I'm hooked. Like now
Yes.
you're like, okay, when's the next episode coming?
Yeah.
I won't say 100. I say 80.
When they have fighting arcs.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, what's going to happen?
It's like One Piece where the animation's pretty bad at some points, but they save it for the fight. When they save it for the fight, it's a fucking doozy. And Asa doesn't have power friendship wins.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't have...
Now, I will say this. In the beginning,
logic.
that nigga does not lose at all because his anti-magic is so broken that he just cuts through everything.
Because people aren't used to that.
Yeah, like
they're used to winning by using magic. So
Yeah.
when he brings that out, they're just like, what the...
Yeah, they don't know what to do. And that's why
Yes.
part like too, you're okay with him never losing at first because no one's fought someone with no magic, with anti-magic. So he's like, and another thing too, you can't detect him with magic because he has no magic. So
Yeah.
he's a walking sneak attack, and if you never fought someone with anti-magic, you don't know what to do. So even if you have really strong magic, you don't know how to combat him. And especially once he gets in close, he's fucking you up.
Yeah.
Because
He's like close
he's
combat.
all hands. So
Especially he's strong, too, so that helps a lot.
yeah, so I love that about it. And then when he goes against someone that's really strong and experienced, that shit's out the window. So I don't care if you have anti-magic.
Yeah,
Like
it really shows how training and magic and all that plays into part.
because you know who's the worst matchup for him? Yami. Because Yami is physically stronger than him, and Yami fights close combat too. So
I love
So you
Yami.
use anti-magic, but he still has his sword, and then he's
He be
still
pooping.
stronger.
He be shitting.
He's always shitting.
Like, he's always pooping.
Yeah, he's my favorite character in the show. He's literally Zoro if Zoro was like in another show, and the leader of the crew.
He'll always be pooping, bro.
But yeah, that's Black Clover in a nutshell. If you like Fairy Tail, you'll love Black Clover.
Yeah.
If you hate Fairy Tail,
its sister.
if you hate Fairy Tail and you wish it could do something better, Black Clover is the better.
Yeah. Definitely.
And if you hated some arcs of Naruto, specifically the final arc, it does that final arc right in an arc.
We're gonna talk about that in another episode too about Naruto. I gotta finish it up. Almost done.
No, you're not. You're not
I
almost
know.
done. You're about to-
You couldn't let it chill. You
No.
couldn't let me chill.
You just reached when Naruto started learning the wind chakra shit.
Yeah. I'm going to get it finished up. So
But I'm gonna keep it a bug. I wish I could tell you to finish it, but
Yeah, but
I
I'm
follow
going
that shit from a
to.
kid. I
We'll
can't.
talk about it. We'll
I
talk
can't
about it.
rewatch it. It's too much.
But yeah.
This is all over the place. But
No, it wasn't.
Really?
I had it all in plan.
I felt like I was all over the place.
No, that's why. No,
Oh,
that's why I had the topics out.
because you know me, I'll just start rambling.
All right, guys, that is the first episode of the Dweeb City podcast.
But what's going to be the episode? What's going to be the title of the episode? Oh, Fairy Tail sucks. There we go.
There we go.
It's going to be Fairy Tail sucks. # our anime recommendations. Even though Marseille loves
Yeah.
Fairy Tail, this is Chris saying it. Fairy Tail fucking sucks.
So yeah, we're just going to talk about animes,
Fairy Tail's the logic of anime.
games, dweeb, nerd stuff.
And by Dweeb
we are
nerd stuff,
into. We're
I'm
gonna
the
have
Dweeb /
little guest stars, our friends.
Well, stars
friends.
kind of an overstatement. It's more like.
And we're gonna have
light
eventually. We're gonna have like little segments where you guys can call in and give your opinion about stuff.
If we actually get followers. And
yeah, when we get followers, not if, when. You gotta speak it in the name of Jesus.
I'm not Christian.
Anyways.
You're not Christian anymore either.
Yes, I am.
Barely.
What do you mean?
You're still Christian?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you started like straying away.
No, I am Christian.
Yeah, fuck that.
Thank you.
It's the slave. It's the
I
slave.
pray every day. Pray over my food. Every time I eat. Bless it. But yes.
Slave master's religion. But continue.
Oh my gosh. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for listening. Yeah, we're gonna have like little segments and we're gonna have you guys call in, have your little opinion, and we're just gonna have like little segments inside of here and just talk about anime and be nerdy and raw and unfiltered.
And that little segment about the religion part, that just shows how if you're open minded, you could date anybody.
Yeah,
because
honestly,
Marsha is Christian. I'm agnostic.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what agnostic is, it means you don't believe God exists, but you don't believe He doesn't exist. Mm-hmm. Pretty much, you're questioning. You don't know what the fuck is true or not. But I know I'm not an atheist, but I don't have any religion. Mm-hmm. I just see it all as like.
And honestly,
learning
that
experiences.
was a part of why I didn't watch anime when I was younger, because my mom would prevent me and my sister from watching it because she thought it was the devil's.
Well, that's religion for you. Religion's very restrictive.
But I'm not a closed Christian. I'm not like I don't know how to explain it.
If you're not a closed Christian, you ain't Christian.
I'm not like, I don't know. I really don't know how to explain it. I really don't want to get into it, but I just know I'm not like the ones who hate people.
Well, look, if you're not devout, but
yeah, devout.
No,
that's
the thing is, if you're not devout, you're not the religion. That's about the religion standards. So
okay, then
that's what I'm saying.
I guess I'm more spiritual.
Yeah.
Then I don't go by the Bible type thing.
I don't either.
Like,
you're welcome, by the way.
I don't, because I don't, because I have piercings, I have tattoos, I dream.
She be fucking.
Christopher, shut up. Anyways, but yeah. So yeah, go ahead and follow, give us a comment or two if you would like.
Oh, and also,
and I
want to do a little shout out?
Shout out?
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
We could do like a little shout out section.
Yeah, shout out to Meg Thee Stallion because I heard you got shot. I hope you feel better. And I also want to shout you out because you had the donkey and I fucking love you. You're fine as fuck.
Meg.
Okay, yeah, I already got the prayers to her.
I wanted to say prayers too.
But yeah, prayers to you. You're fine as hell. You have the dumper, and if you are ever down for a threesome.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if you're ever down.
Who would I shout out? I don't know. I've never shouted out somebody before.
Shout out Meg Thee Stallion and say you want a threesome with her. You said speak. Okay, wait. You said speak things to existence. I will have a threesome with Meg Thee Stallion.
See, there you go. Speak things into existence.
And she's bi too, so. I will have a threesome with Meg Thee Stallion.
Okay,
I will have a threesome with Meg Thee Stallion. I will have a threesome with Meg Thee Stallion. I will have a threesome with Meg Thee Stallion.
Raw and unfiltered.
Just like that threesome will be.
Oh my gosh. Okay, and I don't know. Let me think. Who can I shout? Well, shout out to JoJo Bizarre Adventure creator. I am in love with you, and I want to talk to you.
I'm very sure he doesn't speak English.
I know.
Actually, he might because he really loves American shit. Because he literally all of his characters are references to American shit. No, he didn't. Oda did.
Of all time.
No, he didn't. Oda did.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
No.
I'm probably gonna do a whole episode, or at least a half an episode.
He did not make your favorite anime of all time.
But yeah.
You like JoJo more than One Piece?
Half and half.
Then you like them both equally.
Yeah.
I'll take it as long as you don't say it's better than One Piece. As long as you don't say that.
Oh
yeah, guys, I'm a One Piece stan.
They're my tops. One Piece and JoJo right now.
Oh yeah, guys, I'm a One Piece stan. So if you ever try to debate with me that One Piece isn't the greatest anime of all time,
they will debate with you.
I won't debate. I'll just say you're wrong and I won't argue with you. Like you can give me all the reasons why the other anime is. I don't care.
Yep.
I really don't. Like, no, this is why Naruto. First of all, there's never a day Naruto's better than One Piece. I'm sorry. And I love Naruto. But yeah, I don't care. One Piece is the greatest anime of all time.
Yeah, it is really
Shonen,
good.
I don't care about your fucking random shoujo about a girl going to high school and she likes some nigga and they start
really
playing
good.
ping pong and shit. I don't give a fuck about
I
that.
know a lot of people don't want to watch it because of how many episodes it is. We're not going to get all into it because we're going to have like a whole podcast, probably even more podcasts.
And she's only on the dub, so she can't actually speak about the show.
I'm only on the dub. Like, come on. And I would just recommend you watch it in the morning time when you're getting ready for work. Or at nighttime.
Or if you really have it's a quarantine.
Nothing to do.
If you're quarantined with nothing to do, watch One Piece.
It's literally a quarantine show. Like,
and it's on Netflix. The first 300 episodes.
Yeah, and it's on Netflix. I'm so happy.
It's only like a third of the show.
It's gonna get more. Hey, that's somewhere because then they're gonna want to watch it later on what's it called, Funimation and stuff like that. And but yeah, definitely watch it, guys. Even if you have to start off slow and watch it. Hey, you got time. If you got time, if you don't got time, just watch it, and you'll be pleasantly surprised by everything that is in that show. Like, it is really, really good. All right, guys. So thank you so much for listening, and
I love you.
I will. Ooh, Corona. No, I just choked on my spit. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Go ahead and comment, like, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Peace.